Imagine, if you will, a world where the very fabric of reality bends to your will, where the thoughts you think and the beliefs you hold shape the experiences you encounter. This is not a flight of fancy, my dear friends, but the fundamental nature of our existence. You see, the universe in which we live is not a cold, indifferent machine, but a responsive, malleable substance that takes on the form of our dominant impressions. Let us begin by understanding a crucial principle. Your mind, your wonderful human imagination, is the God of which all sacred texts speak. It is the creative power through which all things are made manifest. When you truly grasp this concept, you will realize that the power to create wealth, abundance, and prosperity lies not in some external force, but within the confines of your own consciousness. Now you might be wondering, how can this be? How can my thoughts possibly manifest money within such a short span of time? The answer, my friends, lies in understanding that time is but an illusion of the physical world. In the realm of spirit, in the domain of imagination, there is no past, no future, only the eternal now. And it is in this eternal now that all possibilities exist simultaneously. To activate your mind and manifest money within 24 hours, you must first shift your consciousness. You must move from a state of lack and wanting to a state of abundance and having. This shift is not something that happens in the outer world. It is an inner movement, a change in your mental atmosphere. When you can feel the naturalness of being wealthy, when you can sleep in the assumption of your desire fulfilled, the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. Let me share with you a technique that, when applied with unwavering faith and persistence, can bring about miraculous results. As you retire to bed tonight, I want you to close your eyes and construct a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire for wealth. Perhaps you see yourself holding a bank statement with a balance that thrills you. Or maybe you feel the weight of your wallet, heavy with crisp new bills. Whatever scene you choose, make it as vivid and as real as you possibly can. Now here's the crucial part. You must enter into this scene. You must participate in it fully, using all your senses. Feel the paper of the bank statement between your fingers. Smell the crisp scent of new currency. Hear the rustle of bills as you thumb through them. Make this imaginal act so real that it takes on the tones of reality. You must persist in this state until you feel a sense of satisfaction, a feeling that tells you, yes, this is done. As you drift off to sleep, carry this feeling with you. Let it be the last thing on your mind as you enter the world of slumber. For it is in sleep that the subconscious mind is most receptive, most malleable to the impressions we give it. And it is the subconscious that possesses the power to bring our imaginal acts into physical manifestation. But remember, my dear friends, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. Therefore, when you awaken in the morning, you must maintain this feeling of wealth, this consciousness of abundance. Do not let the appearances of the physical world shake your conviction. For what you see now is but the shadow of past thoughts and beliefs. The new state you have entered will take a little time to project itself onto the screen of space. Throughout your day, whenever you have a quiet moment, revisit that scene. Feel once again the joy, the excitement, the naturalness of being in possession of the wealth you desire. Let this feeling permeate every fiber of your being. For you are not trying to get something, you are acknowledging that you already have it in the realm of imagination, and therefore it must come into physical expression. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, I've tried positive thinking before, and it didn't work. To this I say there is a world of difference between mere positive thinking and the art of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Positive thinking often still carries with it the consciousness of lack, the awareness that you are trying to change something. But in the law I'm teaching you, there is no trying. There is only the acknowledgement of what is already yours in imagination. Consider the biblical phrase, "Before they call, I will answer." This is not some mystical promise, but a statement of how reality operates. The moment you can feel the reality of your desire, the moment you can live from the end as though it were already accomplished, in that instant your prayer is answered. The things and events of the outer world are merely catching up to the truth you have accepted in your imagination. Let me tell you a story to illustrate this principle. I once knew a man who was in dire financial straits. His business was failing. His debts were mounting. And he could see no way out of his predicament. He came to me desperate for a solution. I shared with him this very law we're discussing today. At first he was skeptical, but he was also at his wit's end and willing to try anything. I instructed him to go home and, before sleeping, to construct a scene that would imply his financial problems were solved. He chose to imagine himself sitting in his office, looking at a pile of paid invoices and a bank statement showing a healthy balance. I told him to make this scene as real as possible and to fall asleep in this state. The next morning, he awoke feeling different. There was a lightness to his step, a confidence he hadn't felt in months. Nothing in his outer world had changed yet, but he felt that everything was going to be all right. Throughout the day, he held on to this feeling, revisiting his imaginal scene whenever doubt tried to creep in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Within 24 hours, he received a call from a client he hadn't heard from in years. This client had a large project and wanted to work exclusively with him. The advance payment for this project was enough to cover all his outstanding debts and breathe new life into his business. So is this a coincidence? Absolutely not. It was the law in operation. The moment he changed his inner state, the outer world had to realign itself to match his new consciousness. This, my friends, is the power you hold within you. This is the creative force of your imagination at work. But let me be clear, this is not about manipulating external circumstances. It's not about forcing the world to bend to your will. Rather, it's about aligning yourself with the fundamental nature of reality. It's about recognizing that the world of form is born from the formless realm of imagination. Now, some of you might be wondering about the morality of using your imagination to manifest money. You might be asking, is it right to simply imagine wealth into existence? To this I say, the use of your imagination is the most fundamental right you possess. It is, in fact, your duty to use this God-given gift to create a life of abundance and joy, not just for yourself, but for all those around you. You see, when you liberate yourself from financial worry, when you step into a state of abundance, you become a blessing to the world. You are able to give more, to help more, to make a greater positive impact on the lives of others. The wealth you manifest is not taken from anyone else. It is created anew from the infinite abundance of the universe. Consider this: every invention, every work of art, every business, every advancement in human society began as an idea, as an imaginal act. The phone in your pocket, the chair you're sitting on, the very building we're in, all of these were once just thoughts in someone's mind. By bringing these thoughts into physical reality, these individuals not only enriched themselves, but added value to the world. So I urge you, do not feel guilty about using your imagination to create wealth. Instead, recognize it as your sacred duty. For in doing so, you are aligning yourself with the creative principle of the universe. You are fulfilling your role as a co-creator with the divine. Now, let's delve deep into the mechanics of this process. When you imagine yourself in a state of wealth, when you feel the naturalness of abundance, you are literally reshaping your concept of self. And your concept of self is the foundation upon which your entire life experience is built. Most people live their lives based on a concept of self that was given to them by others, their parents, their teachers, their society. They accept limitations that were never truly theirs. But you, my dear friends, you have the power to consciously choose your concept of self. You have the ability to decide right here and now that you are a person of wealth and abundance. This decision, this shift in your concept of self, is not something that happens on a purely intellectual level. It must be felt. It must be experienced with the full force of your imagination. When you can feel the reality of being wealthy with the same intensity that you feel the floor beneath your feet, that's when true transformation occurs. Let's practice this together right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and relax. Now, I want you to imagine you are holding a check in your hands. This check is made out to you and the amount on it is more money than you've ever had in your life. Look at the numbers. See them clearly. Feel the paper between your fingers. Notice the weight of it in your hands. Now, I want you to amplify this experience. Feel the excitement coursing through your body. Feel the relief, the joy, the sense of possibility that comes with this newfound wealth. Let this feeling grow stronger and stronger until it fills your entire being. This, my friends, this feeling is more important than any mental picture. For it is your feelings that shape your reality. Open your eyes. How do you feel? Different, don't you? That feeling, that state of consciousness, is what you must return to again and again. That is the fertile soil in which the seeds of your desires will grow and bear fruit. But here's a crucial point. You must persist in this new state. The old man, the old concept of self, will try to reassert itself. Doubts will arise. The evidence of your physical senses will try to convince you that nothing has changed. This is where your faith will be tested. Remember, faith is not blind belief. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. It is the conviction that what you have imagined and felt as real in your mind must by cosmic law be made manifest in your physical reality. When doubt arises, when the old patterns of thought try to pull you back, you must return again and again to that feeling of wealth, that consciousness of abundance. Think of it this way. Your imagination is like a gardener planting seeds. The feeling of wealth, the consciousness of abundance. These are the seeds you are planting in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. But just as a gardener doesn't dig up the seeds every day to see if they're growing, you must not constantly question whether your imaginal act is working. Instead, you must water these seeds with your attention, your faith, your persistent assumption that what you have imagined is already a reality. And just as surely as an acorn grows into an oak tree, your imaginal act will grow into a physical reality. Now let's address a common concern. Some of you might be thinking, but what about action? Don't I need to do something in the physical world to manifest money? This is a valid question, and the answer might surprise you. Yes, action is important, but it's not the kind of action you might be thinking of. You see, the most important action is the action of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This internal action, this movement of consciousness, is far more powerful than any external action you could take. When you successfully assume the feeling of being wealthy, when you live from that state of consciousness, you will be moved to take whatever outer actions are necessary to bring your desire into manifestation. These actions will not feel like effort or struggle. They will feel natural, inspired. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you. People will be drawn to you, eager to do business with you. This is the law in operation. This is the power of your activated imagination. But remember, the outer actions are not the cause of your wealth. They are the result of your change in consciousness. They are the bridge of incidents that lead to the fulfillment of your desire. The real work, the true action, takes place in your imagination. Now I want to address something that many of you might be experiencing. As you listen to these words, as you contemplate this law, you might be feeling a sense of excitement mixed with disbelief. A part of you might be saying, this sounds too good to be true. It can't be this simple. This reaction is natural. It's the old consciousness, the old concept of self fighting to maintain its existence. But I want you to consider something which is simpler. To believe that you must struggle and strive for years to accumulate wealth, always at the mercy of external circumstances, or to accept that the power to create the life you desire lies within you, waiting to be activated by your imagination. The truth is, this law is simple. But simple does not mean easy. It requires a fundamental shift in how you view reality. It demands that you take full responsibility for your life experience. It asks you to question everything you've been taught about the nature of reality and your place in it. This is why so few people truly succeed in consciously creating their reality. Not because it doesn't work, but because they're unwilling to persist through the initial period of uncertainty, the period where their new assumptions have not yet been made manifest in the physical world. But you, my dear friends, you who have chosen to be here today, you are different. You are the select few who are ready to take control of your destiny. You are the ones who will persist, who will hold fast to your new assumption of wealth and abundance, even when the outer world seems to contradict it. And make no mistake, the outer world will seem to contradict it, at least at first. This is the time of testing, the time when your faith in the unseen reality must be stronger than your faith in the evidence of your physical senses. But if you can persist through this period, if you can maintain your new state of consciousness regardless of outer appearances, you will see miracles unfold in your life. Now let's talk about the time frame mentioned in our topic, within 24 hours. Some of you might be wondering if it's really possible to manifest money that quickly. The answer is a resounding yes, but with a caveat. The manifestation of your desire in the physical world is not subject to time as we understand it in our three-dimensional existence. In the fourth dimensional realm of imagination, the realm where all creation begins, there is no time. There's only the eternal now. When you successfully impress your subconscious mind with the feeling of wealth, when you can live in the state of the wish fulfilled, the seed of your desire is planted instantaneously. The 24 hours mentioned in our topic is not a rigid time frame for physical manifestation. Rather, it refers to the period within which you can fundamentally alter your state of consciousness. When you go to sleep tonight in the assumption of your wish fulfilled, when you maintain that state upon waking and throughout your day, you will have activated your mind to manifest money. From that point on, the bridge of incidents that leads to the physical manifestation of your desire begins to form. For some, this manifestation might occur within 24 hours. For others, it might take a bit longer. But make no mistake, once you have truly assumed the state of wealth in your imagination, its physical manifestation is assured. The key is to focus not on the when, but on the what. Focus on maintaining the feeling of wealth, the consciousness of abundance. Let go of any anxiety about how or when your desire will manifest. Remember, the feeling is the secret. The feeling of wealth, experienced with all the vividness of your imagination, is the cause. The outer manifestation of money is the effect. Now, I want to share with you a powerful technique that can help you maintain this state of wealth consciousness throughout your day. It's a technique I call wearing your desire. Here's how it works. Imagine that your desired state of wealth is like a garment, a beautiful tailored suit or dress. In your imagination, put on this garment. Feel the texture of the fabric against your skin. Feel how it fits you perfectly. Feel the confidence, the assurance that comes wearing this garment of wealth. Now, as you go about your day, whenever you start to doubt, whenever the old state tries to reassert itself, remind yourself, I am wearing my desire. I am clothed in wealth. Feel it, experience it as vividly as you can. This simple technique can work wonders in helping you maintain your new state of consciousness. Remember, my dear friends, you are not trying to create something new. You are simply aligning yourself with the wealth that already exists in the infinite realm of possibility. You are choosing to embody a particular state of being, a state of wealth and abundance that already exists in the spiritual realm. Your job is not to make it happen. Your job is to select the state you wish to embody and then to occupy that state so completely in your imagination that it becomes your new reality. The outer world has no choice but to conform to your inner assumption. Now, some of you might be wondering about the role of gratitude in this process. Gratitude is indeed a powerful force, but not in the way many people think. You see, most people believe they should be grateful for what they have in order to receive more. But this approach still carries with it the consciousness of lack, the awareness that you don't yet have what you desire. True gratitude, the kind that aligns with the law we're discussing, is gratitude for what you have imagined as real. It's the feeling of thankfulness that arises naturally when you have successfully assumed the state of your wish fulfilled. When you can genuinely feel grateful for your imagined wealth, as though it were already a physical fact, you align yourself powerfully with the state of having that wealth. This alignment, this feeling of gratitude for your imagined reality, serves to amplify your assumption and accelerate its manifestation. It's a recognition of the truth that what you have conceived in imagination is as real as any physical fact. This kind of gratitude doesn't come from a place of lack or wanting, but from a place of abundance and fulfillment. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to emphasize a crucial point. The law we've been exploring is not a one-time event, but a way of life. It's not about manifesting money once and then returning to your old patterns of thought. It's about consistently living from the state of abundance, regardless of outer circumstances. Even after you've successfully manifested money, continue to occupy the state of wealth in your imagination. Make it your permanent dwelling place. For as you do this, you'll find that abundance becomes your natural state of being. Money and opportunities will flow to you effortlessly, not because you're focusing on manifesting them, but because you're consistently embodying the state of wealth. Remember, the outer world is constantly conforming to your inner assumptions. By maintaining a consistent state of wealth consciousness, you ensure consistent experience of abundance in your physical reality. This is the true secret to lasting prosperity. In closing, I want to remind you of the immense power you hold within you. Your human imagination, properly understood and applied, is the very force that shapes reality. It is the God power spoken of in Scripture, the creative principle of the universe individualized in you. You are not a helpless victim of circumstances, but the author of your life story. With your imagination, you have the power to rewrite that story at any moment. Choose now to write a story of abundance, of wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Choose to step into the state of wealth, to wear it like a garment, to feel its reality with every fiber of your being. Go forth from this place with the knowledge that you are now activating your mind to manifest money. Know that as you sleep tonight in the assumption of your wish fulfilled, as you awaken tomorrow morning in the state of wealth, you are setting in motion forces beyond your comprehension that will move heaven and earth to bring your desire into manifestation. And finally, my dear friends, remember this: the law we've discussed today is not just about manifesting money. It's about recognizing and claiming your birthright as a creative being. Use this law not just for personal gain, but to enrich the world around you. For as you step into your power, as you manifest abundance in your own life, you become a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. You become living proof of the limitless potential that resides within each of us. Go now and create the life of abundance you desire and deserve. The power is yours. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, and watch in awe as your world transforms before your very eyes.